So given we have three rules. S yields to ASB, A yields to AAS or A or null, B yields to SBS or A or BB. So let's inspect if there are start symbol in the right hand side of our rules. So definitely there is, and we have in the first rule and second rule, and even in the third rule. So therefore, we need to introduce a new production rule that will replace the start symbol. So let's introduce S prime to make S a non-start symbol. Okay, so include this rule in our three original production rule. So now we have 4. Okay, and then since we already eliminated the start symbol that from RHS, now let's proceed with step 2. Simplify our rules, RCFG. Okay, so we could start with null production. So we have a null production here, wherein A yields to null. Okay, so let's remove a null in our rules. So step 1, just copy it. Step 2, we have A. So therefore, we have 2 possible result with S. So A is B, and then we have SB. And then the third, we're just going to remove the null since we already substituted it with the other production. And then the fourth, since we have A here, okay, so it means we're going to substitute null. So from 3, now we have 4 results for non-terminal B. So the original 3 and the null. Okay, and as you can see in our new production rules, we have a new null production, which is B yields to null. So therefore, we need to remove this rule. We need to remove null to B. So substitute null to all production rule um, that includes B on the right hand side. So first production rule, just copy and then apply null in the second rule. So for ASB, so we have two result, ASB and AS. And for SB, we have SB and S. So now we have 4 possible result with S. And then on the third rule, okay, so we're just going to copy it since we don't have B on the third rule. And on the fourth rule, just remove the null since we already substituted null on the other production rule. Okay. So next would be, do we have null? No more. So now let's proceed with unit production. So is there any unit production wherein non-terminal yields to a non-terminal? Yes, we have. We have B yields to A based on the fourth rule. Okay, so it means that A will be replaced by the third right-hand side, okay, which is AAS or AS or A. Okay, so just copy the first, okay, copy the second, copy the third, and then A will replace by the right-hand side of the third rule. So now we have 5, okay, 5 result for B, 2 original, and from A we have 3, so we have 5. Okay, aside from B yields to A, we also have S prime yields to S, our first production rule. So just substitute S by the second rule. So now we have this result. Then copy everything. Okay, and aside from S prime yields to S, we also have S yields to S. Based on our previous example, just remove the redundant S. Okay. Okay. And also S yields to S is still again AS, ASB, SB. So which is redundant with the previous law. So we could remove S. So that's why the first two is just AS or ASB or SB. Okay. And then copy the third and the fourth. Okay. So now let's proceed with step 3. So now, so I change the order of the steps. So I start with um, the previous step 4. Now it will be step 3 in this example. So I'm going to check if there are non-terminal and terminal on the right hand side. So we have, yes, we have. So based on the previous slide, we have non-terminal, terminal and non-terminal on the third rule and also in the fourth rule. So therefore, we need to remove this. Okay, so we have this violation in the third and fourth. So same as with the previous example. So we're going to introduce a new production rule that will replace the terminals that we need to eliminate. Okay, so which involves A and B. So let X yields to A, Y yields to B. So S prime or the first production rule, same as before. And then the second production rule. So same as with the previous. And then the third, since on the third we have A here, so it will be replaced by X. Now we have XAX, AS, and then A will be replaced again by X, so we have XS. Okay, and on B, small b will be replaced by capital Y, small a by capital X, A, capital X. So now we don't have any problem with non-terminal and terminal on the right hand side of our production rule. So now let's move on with step 4, wherein we're going to eliminate the rules that includes more than two non-terminal on the RHS. Okay, so which are, by the way, before that, BB, small bb is not allowed, so therefore we should replace it also. Okay, so that's why we have YY here. So this will be the new production rule. Okay, so don't forget this. Small, two non-terminating, okay, two terminating symbol rather, two terminating symbol is not allowed. So therefore, it should be replaced by a non-terminating symbol. So BB should be replaced by non-terminating YY. Okay, so this would be the new production rule for B. And don't forget to include the new production rule in our CFG. Okay, and then next would be, again going back to step 4. So we're going to remove the um, more than two non-terminating in our production rule. So by introducing a new rule, which is P yields to AS, Q yields to YS. So in S prime, we have ASP. So AS will be replaced by P. So now we have PB. On the second rule, we have also ASP. So therefore, AS will be replaced by P. So we have PB. And for XAS, okay, so AS will be replaced by P. So we have XP. Okay, and then the fourth rule, we have SYS. So YS will be replaced by Q. So now we have SQ. And then we have YY. And then XAS. AS will be replaced by P. So we have XP. Then XS and A. And then copy the X and Y. And the new production rule should be included on our CFG or CNF. Okay, then let's check if we follow the format for CNF. So start symbol could yield a null, so we don't have that, it's okay. All right hand side should have only two non-terminal. We don't we didn't violate it. And also a non-terminating yields to one terminating. Okay, so we didn't violate it. So therefore, this will be the CFN, okay, equivalent of the given CFG. Okay, so that's it for this video lecture. So thank you for listening. If you have some questions, just message me. Thank you.